Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. To all the people that had just seen that I might have just gone live, I do apologize. It was meant to be a pre recording, so apologize. It was not meant to be a live. I started seeing live comments on the side, and I'm like, oh my God, it was meant to be a pre recording, so that's why I had to close that off. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Armando Broja to Ipswich is a here we go. I am so happy for this particular brother. He was no longer part of the Chelsea future, and he needed to move. And this, for me, is a very, very good move to Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town watch-alongs. The Ipswich Town are going to be watched, that's for sure. So we've got a lot of conversation that we need to have in regards to Armando Broja. There is some information in regards to Joe Gomez of Liverpool, so we need to touch base on that and a whole heap of other bits and pieces that's been dropping as well over the last 12 hours or so since the last stream that we did. Do make sure you check out the earlier stream. Generally, we do produce about 2 content a day. Earlier on, we had a stream in regards to Jadon Sancho. Apparently, some news floating about Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. So make sure you check that stream out as well, live stream. A lot of people commenting that they really enjoyed that live stream. So do check that out earlier on. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get cracking onto this. Lots of news in regards to Armando Broja over the last 24 hours, stating that perhaps, actually not even last 24 hours, maybe the last 2 to 3 days, there was a rumor that Armando Broja to Ipswich could potentially happen. Armando Broja needs convincing, and I think he's now well and truly convinced. Armando Broja to Ipswich Town. Here we go. Verbal agreement completed on initial loan deal. So make sure it's an initial loan deal. There will be a mandatory buy clause in case Ipswich Town Football Club avoid relegation. So it's a loan deal for this season, and if they avoid relegation, then there is a mandatory buy clause. How much is the buy clause? Total package worth over 30 million, accepted by Chelsea with salary covered until June. This is fantastic. This is absolutely a stupendous. What a deal. What a deal. Look, ladies and gentlemen, how much we criticize the new owners and the sporting directors, but one thing that has to be said when it comes to doing business, these guys are proper businessmen. Total package worth over 30 million with salary covered until June. So this loan, I'm pretty sure we'll get some level of loan fee, or maybe that's already covered with that total package. And his salary, his wages are covered by Ipswich and for the duration of the loan. So this is fantastic. That fee of 30 million is exactly what Armando Broja is probably worth. There was earlier on reports, a lot of people were saying that maybe he's worth about 20 million, 25 million. To be able to get 30 million. Now, this is not obviously set in stone. We need Ipswich. This is why we're going to do Ipswich Town watch-alongs. This is why we all Chelsea fans need to root for Ipswich Town to be able to stay and make sure they avoid relegation, because the only way you're going to get that 30 million is by Ipswich Town staying in the Premier League. Then only we get that mandatory buy clause being triggered. So it will be exciting. It will be exciting to see how Ipswich go about their business this season. From the first half that we saw against Liverpool, they do look like an exciting team. So let's see. And don't forget, Omari Hutchinson over there is also keen eye on Hutchinson. I believe we have a sell-on clause for Omari Hutchinson too. Medical in the next 24 hours. So good to see. Kudos to Armando Broja. I hope he can reignite his career. I still believe he can be a top striker. I remember that loan at Southampton was excellent, and then he came back to Chelsea, got himself injured, and since then it's not been the same again. And we've done a lot of business as well. We've brought strikers left, right, and center, none that have solidified a position. Which includes Armando Broja, who couldn't solidify a position at Chelsea Football Club. Now gets an opportunity at Ipswich. I hope he does well, and I'm keen to see how he does under Kieran McKenna, and I'm keen to see how Omari Hutchinson links up with Armando Broja as well. So big up to Armando Broja, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts about him moving to Ipswich Town. I think it's a fabulous move for all parties involved. Chelsea willing to listen to offers for Benoit Badiashile and are hoping to finalize Trevor Chalobah exit before window closes. Joe Gomez is listed as a potential defensive reinforcement. This is coming from Fraser Fletcher. By the way, Fraser Fletcher, there are certain times he gets the news wrong, but there are times where he actually gets it right. He was probably one of the very first one that was talking about Armando Broja to Ipswich. I remember he was it wasn't really Fabrizio Romano. It was, I think, Fraser Fletcher. I think, I don't know, there could be other journalists as well. He's talking about Joe Gomez. Few of the other in the know people at Chelsea are also saying that we do want to part ways with either Badiashile or Desasi and then bring in someone like Joe Gomez. I'll talk about Joe Gomez a bit later. First of all, Benoit Badiashile and Desasi. Look, I've got no issues if any of those brothers leave. They're not favoured at the moment. Looks like Wesley Fofana and Levi Colwell are the two centre backs that we're going to go with, on a regular basis. Then you've got Tosin. So yeah, like there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options. We've also bought for the future Anselmino from Boca Juniors. Desasi is not even featuring in the squad. I know recently he had the surgery, but he was taken to the United States tour of Chelsea. Just didn't feature at all. But he showed for whatever he's featured in the preseason didn't look that great either. So look, either one of them going, I've got no issues with it. Both of them have not really impressed. Chalobah as well, leaving, which means, there could be a spot opening up for a CB. Joe Gomez, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I feel about Joe Gomez. I think he's a decent defender from what I've seen whenever he's featured at Liverpool. He's a solid defender. I think he can also play deputise on the right side as well if need be. However, for me, it's still not the standard. So we have to understand. I personally believe he's a better defender than Badiashile or Desasi, but it's still not the standard. If Chelsea does this, I've got no issues. Get rid of one of Desasi and Joe Gomez. Badiashile, and you want to bring in someone like Joe Gomez. It's an upgrade, but as I said, it's still not a complete. It's not the standard of CB. I don't think he's a boss type of a CB. I don't think he's a leader type of a CB. He's on the outer with Liverpool at the moment. I think there's some contract stuff. Maybe his contract's coming to an end and Liverpool's not looking to renew. He does probably fit the age bill as well. Joe Gomez, let me have a quick look. Joe Gomez, age 27. Okay, so maybe it doesn't fit the age bill. You never know. So this is Fraser Fletcher saying that we are potentially looking at a reinforcement in the likes of Joe Gomez. However, Ben Jacobs have come up categorically saying, understand Chelsea are not considering a move for Joe Gomez despite links. So look, there's a lot of times Ben Jacobs have got things wrong as well. So I don't know. I don't put anything past Chelsea Football Club. If we are getting rid of a couple of defenders, I won't be shocked if Chelsea go for someone like Joe Gomez. It will not shock me one bit because in this window, everything goes. Anything is possible. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to Joe Gomez from Liverpool to Chelsea Football Club. What are your feelings if we do end up getting him? Me personally, I think it's an upgrade to either Badiashile or Desasi, but at the end of the day, it's still not the standard. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's Europa League conference squad for Servette has Sterling, Tosin, Chilwell, and Wesley Fofana all missing. James is back from a minor hamstring issue. Squad is not for the UEL at large. This is a squad we'll go through. First of all, look, kudos that Reece James is back training. Recently, we've heard that he's got that injury, that minor setback with his hamstring. He's now back into the squad. I don't know whether he's going to be featuring against Servette. I would like to see him get some minutes, but at the same time, want to be cautious. Look, with Reece James, ladies and gentlemen, it's very touch and go. One more injury, and I think we might have to call quits. So hopefully pray that he does not have any more setbacks and he can strengthen up his hamstring and he can start featuring for Chelsea Football Club. We need him in defense. Look, even in the preseason, he wasn't really impressive. He hasn't really got back to his normal self before all those injuries. And I know it's going to be difficult because it takes a bit of time to recoup and rehabilitate. Um, but on top of that, if you start picking up more injuries along the way, that will just halt any type of progression. So look, very good to see Reece James back with Chelsea Football Club and back in training apparently. And let's see if he features against Servette. But yeah, quite a lot of players missing from this UEL, Conference League match squad, which is understandable. We've got a lot of players. So Sterling is on the outer. Tosin, yeah, look, we've probably got a lot of CBs. Maybe he's not. And apparently this isn't locked in. This is just for the playoff. There's going to be another list down the track. Chilwell is not favoured. Wesley Fofana is a main one, so I'm very surprised that he's missing. So apparently this is the A list for game versus Servette. Goalkeeper Sanchez, Jorgensen, Bettinelli. Defence, Desasi makes it. Kukurea, Badishu, James, Gustav Vega. Midfielder, Fernandez, Madueke, Chukwuemeka, and Kunku. Chukwuemeka is in the team against Servette. Palmer, Dewsbury Hall, Caicedo, Lavia. Forward, Mudryk, Jackson, Neto, and Mark Gui. Obviously, João Felix's name is not there because he's not announced for Chelsea Football Club, but I'm guessing he's not going to be part of this playoff either. Against Servette in this Conference League. Colwell expected to be on B list with other academy players. So there is a B list. Look, I don't completely understand the A list and B list, but I do know that when you do enter the European competitions, you do have to there is a limitation. Not everyone. I think the limitation is about 22 or 24 players squad. Some players will probably miss out, of course. So it'll be interesting to see who ends up missing out for this particular tie. Wesley Fofana, Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, Tosin are missing out. Look, even without all of these players, we should be taking care of Servette. We need to be absolutely pumping them. We need to score minimum 5 or 6 goals and get that morale booster before the Wolves game. So yeah, let's see what happens for that game. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, João Felix to Chelsea Football Club was a here we go yesterday. And today we get to see what the fee was. First of all, João Felix João Felix deal has no add-ons. So there's no add-ons. There was talk about that there was potentially going to be some add-ons. But Atletico have negotiated a sell-on clause. So when we do end up selling João Felix down the track, there will be a sell-on clause triggered by Atletico Madrid. Approximate fee of about 45.5 million euros, which is not right. Article correction, Chelsea will pay an approximate fee of 45.5 million pounds for João Felix. So look, it's still when Fabrizio was talking about anything between 34 to 38 million over the last 24 to 48 hours, I was very ecstatic. I was like, that's a good fee, man. That's not a bad fee, plus add-ons. Now it looks like there is no add-ons, but the fee is 45.5 million pounds, which is probably quite hefty, but look, still sub 50 million, and maybe this is an okay price for João Felix. Look, it all depends on how he performs for us. The money will not matter if this guy absolutely tears it apart. If the production is there, if he can, bring a lot of numbers in terms of goals and assists, no one's going to care too much about 45.5 million. In fact, a lot of people will probably, laud the fact that, we've paid a fairly nice fee and the production of João Felix is quite high if that's the case. So let's see what happens. Can't wait for the announcement and can't wait to see how João Felix gets deployed at Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. Conor Gallagher to fly to Spain tonight to complete Atletico move, 42 million euros fee to Chelsea and an undisclosed sell-on clause for Chelsea as well. So Atletico's got a sell-on clause on João Felix and we've got a sell-on clause on Conor Gallagher. This was meant to offset. I feel like Atletico Madrid only wanted Conor Gallagher. They obviously wanted Conor Gallagher, but they only wanted Conor Gallagher as long as we bought one of their players. And I think this is what's happened. And pretty much similar type of contract stipulations in terms of sell-on clause. So look, big up to Conor Gallagher. We'll be watching Atletico Madrid 100%, and he gets to play Champions League. So this is exciting. Let's see if there's any other latest news that has dropped since we started recording this. Breaking, Cole Palmer is the PFA Young Player of the Year. I thought he was already PFA. Wasn't he Aussie Premier League Young Player of the Year last season. He might have been Premier League. So now he's PFA Young Player of the Year. Kudos to Cole Palmer, looking very sharp, looking very cold. Big up to him. I hope he gets back to full fitness. He didn't look right against Manchester City. Against Wolves, I need this brother to absolutely ball out, and I'm pretty certain he is going to ball out. That trophy looks excellent, man. I mean, this guy, what a sensational season, man. Absolutely sensational season. Congrats to Cole Palmer, PFA Young Player of the Year. He fully deserves it. Absolutely, fully deserves it. So, yeah, that is the latest, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Armando Broja to Ipswich is a here we go. Joe Gomez from Liverpool. Do you want him at Chelsea Football Club? Let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. By the way, thank you so much for 35,000 subscribers. Really, really appreciate that to each and every one of you guys. As I said, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, because now the road to 40,000 is on. Until next time, take care. See ya.